public address announcer, Mr. Jim Wagner.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Danville Area Community College for tonight's last semifinal game between the challengers, from Cuyahoga Community College wearing the dark jerseys tonight, and the Lions of Mackie College wearing the light jerseys. And now the starting lineups for Cuyahoga Community College. At one guard, a 6'1" freshman, number 10, Eric McPherson. At another guard, a 5'11" sophomore, number 11, Grant Urbanski. And at forward, a 6'5" sophomore, number 24, Michael Melton. And another forward, a 6'6" freshman, number 33, Harold Haynes. And at center, a 6'11" sophomore, number 34, Daryl Harris. The challengers are coached by Mr. Mark Anderson. And now for Brown Mackie College. At one guard, a 6' sophomore, number 1, Dominic Bishop. And at guard, a 6'4" sophomore, number 10, Oliver Lafayette. At forward, a 6'4" sophomore, number 15, Jeremy Richardson. And at forward, a 6'7" sophomore, number 21, James Dixon. And at forward, a 6'8" sophomore, number 40, James Williams. The Lions are coached by Mr. Francis Flatts.
And our thanks to our public address announcer, Jim Wagner, as we get set for tonight's matchup between the challengers of Cuyahoga wearing their red traveling uniforms. It says across the front of it, Cuyahoga in blue lettering. They've got white trim on the numerals as well. Blue with white trim, smaller in the front, larger in the back. Their opponents of Brown Mackie wearing their white home uniforms trimmed in navy and silver. They have Brown Mackie across the front and block lettering in silver with navy trim, small numerals in the middle and large numerals on the back, also in that same color scheme. Francis Flax, who has been wanting to get back to Danville since 1999 when they won that national championship. Mark Anderson remembers what it was like at this stage last year when his team was in this same similar position. We are set. The players are set. The officials make their way to the center circle, and the second national tournament semifinal is underway, and the ball is going to be controlled by Brown Mackie. On the spin move underneath, Lafayette loses a handle on it, and the challengers are going to have the first takeaway of the evening. Out to the far left-hand side. Urbanski will drop in the corner to Melton. Up top, back to Urbanski. They'll go inside Haynes. Out to the left side, McPherson. McPherson in between Urbanski. Urbanski up top between the circles. Looks to the left-hand side, and he's going to kick it off to the left-hand side. Harris on the baseline drive, travel.
Well, I thought they were going to call Williams on a block there. He was kind of riding him as he was heading towards the sideline, but they let that one go. In fact, I kind of hope they don't call a lot of fouls on those two big men. I'd like to see them play pretty much all 40 minutes and just watch those two battle. It's going to be a fun night.
Brown Mackie will work their way into the forecourt as they head to the west end of the Mary Miller Gymnasium on the campus of Danville Area Community College, and they almost throw it away again. Loose on the floor. Jump ball possession arrow belongs to Cuyahoga.
One thing you can never question about any team that plays in this tournament, and that's the way that they play, the way they fight for loose balls, the way everybody dives on the floor. You see that from Team 1 to Team 12. Nobody quits in this tournament, and everybody chases loose balls. It's fun to watch the hustle.
Two trips down the floor, and Brown Mackie's throwing it away both times. Cuyahoga will work it back into the forecourt as they head to the east end of the floor. Off to the right-hand side, Melton with the ball. He pulls up, he shoots, it's short off the side of the rim, and the rebound by Brown Mackie. Hauling it in is Lafayette. Lafayette kicks off to the right-hand side, Bishop. Dixon down underneath, Williams. Layup, good.
There, they got the big man involved early. They really need Lafayette to step up big tonight. He sat on the bench a lot last night, Scott, because of foul trouble. And they need him to keep out of that situation tonight because they need him on the floor.
Williams with his first two. Here's a drive across the floor. The missed opportunity by Urbanski and the rebound by Brown Mackie. Up the floor, Dixon is going to give. Right-hand side, Bishop dumps inside Dixon. Blocked away from behind by Harris, and the ball goes out of play.
That's a great block by Harris. He came up from behind and didn't get any part of the body, just got completely all ball. That's great.
I think we'll see a few more points in this contest tonight, guys.
It'll certainly be a different pace.
Right.
Brown Mackie will inbound to Williams inside, off the glass, and it won't go. Tip won't go. Rebound Cuyahoga.
You got to make that if you're Williams. You've got to make those short layups.
Melton gives to Urbanski. Urbanski across the state of Illinois emblem at mid-floor. Kicks off left-hand side. Out beyond the perimeter is Melton. Melton will bring it to the top of the key. McPherson, left-hand side, Melton. Melton with the dribble. Now kicks it down low. On the spin move, Haynes gives it to Harris. Wide open free throw line. Jumper is good.
Big man can shoot a little bit from the outside.
Harris with his first two, and we're all tied at 2. 17:50 left to go on a moving clock here in the first half. Bishop with the Brown Mackie ball out on the left-hand side. Beyond the perimeter, looks to the middle. Oh, great defensive play by Urbanski, but Bishop able to adjust. Works it across the top, Richardson. Over to the corner, Lafayette. Up top, Richardson. Richardson on a bounce pass down low. They work inside to Williams. He'll kick it outside. Bishop, three ball. Missed it off the side of the rim. The tip won't go, and the rebound, an out-of-bounds rebound, belongs to Cuyahoga.
We saw Brown Mackie have difficulty last night shooting from three, and they haven't really heated up yet tonight either. And we heard Coach Flack say last night that one of the guys that he'll bring in off the bench, Lance Coleman's got 4 shots, and he's got to make one of those 4 or he's done for the night.
Out to the left-hand side. Cuyahoga with the ball. They work underneath to Melton. Melton out top. Urbanski shoots the three. Good!
Well, he's got an interesting shot, Scott. He doesn't really put it in a cradle like you're supposed to. He just kind of, it's almost like a set shot when he jumps, and he can hit it from out there, but it doesn't always look pretty.
Grant Urbanski with his first three. A 5-2 lead for Cuyahoga, and Brown Mackie throws it away for, I believe, the 3rd time here tonight. 16:50 left to go, and we've got a whistle. I believe it was a reset of the shot clock, and so they'll allow Cuyahoga to re-inbound the basketball. Full court pressure being applied by Brown Mackie. On the bounce pass up the floor, Haynes will dribble. Almost stolen away by Bishop. He knocks it out of play. It'll come back to Cuyahoga on the right-hand side. Bishop read the movement by Haynes perfectly.
Well, he also wanted to get a foul called against Haynes because Haynes knew he was beaten, tried to grab a hold of the player instead of the ball, but the referees let that one go, and he will inbound it for Cuyahoga.
Urbanski off to the left-hand side. Jumper on the way by Melton. Good! And he's got his first two. 8-2, the lead by Cuyahoga. 16:30 left to go here in this first half.
Lions better play better perimeter defense at this end, or this game's going to get ugly because they've already hit a couple of threes. Cuyahoga has.
Here's a three ball to counter, and it won't go. On the rebound, scooped up by the challengers. McPherson up the floor, 1-on-2. Tried to leave it off to the left-hand side to Haynes, and Brown Mackie stole the ball away and called timeout.
Williams ran the floor very well for a big man. He got back in transition defense, stole the ball. On his way out of bounds, he calls timeout. I know Fowler and I argue back and forth about how he hates that rule a lot more than I do. I think there's other rules that I would change.
Bob K agrees with me, and we don't agree on a lot of things.
That's very true, Fowler, but I just think there's other rules other than that, but I do see the point of why you would want to change, but that's the way the rule is, and that's a smart play if you can get it done.
Well, and quite honestly, although this was a timeout designed in order to save the ball before it went out of bounds, player called, it was a good timeout for Francis Flax. He needed to slow his team down.
Yeah, they'll get a little hyper sometimes. Start kids with.
16 minutes left to go in the first half. 8-2, the 6-point lead for Cuyahoga. Brown Mackie with the basketball. Off to the right-hand side, Richardson. Gives to Bishop. Bishop out beyond the perimeter. Works it down low. Lafayette up top. Bishop. Left-hand side Richardson. Back in the middle Lafayette. Right-hand side. Lafayette dumps it down underneath. They work it inside to Williams. His shot blocked. Rebound by Cuyahoga.
Again, Harris did a nice job of coming over the back but not touching him. He got all ball, and they let the play go. A lot of times they call a foul on that, but they didn't.
Urbanski on the left-hand side. He loses the handle on the ball. Harris trying to pick it up. Williams is going to steal it. Williams with the dunk.
You could see that as soon as he got to the open floor, he was going to throw that one down.
Thought somebody might catch him. He wasn't going full blast.
I don't know, Fowler. I don't know what they would have done if they'd have caught him.
Well,
you can't really take him down.
8-4. Cuyahoga with the lead in the leather. A jumper is good from 16 feet out. Michael Moulton's got 5. 10-4. Back to a 6-point spread.
Well, the champions are defending champs using that zone defense. Are pretty active in it right now.
Well, that's what they need to do until Brown Mackie starts hitting the outside shots. Pack it in.
Lafayette on the baseline drive, pulls up, shoots, missed it. Rebound tipped by Dixon, won't go. The rebound this time tapped all the way out top, and Bishop is going to haul it in for Brown Mackie. Alley-oop to Williams. It hit off the backboard. Williams couldn't come up with it. Richardson does. His shot is blocked away. Loose ball inside, and the challengers are going to come out of the pile with it. Up the floor, they feed to Harrison. It's picked off by Bishop. Bishop is going to roll up the floor for Brown Mackie. Into the forecourt, stops at the top of the key, rolls one in on the fingers, and he gets it to go.
Boy, that was sheer quickness that broke through that defense.
He went coast to coast, and nobody was going to stop him. He was very determined to get to the basket.
Good at sidestepping people.
10-4, the Cuyahoga lead. 14 minutes to play here in the first half. Melton with the 3-bomb. Missed it off the front of the rim. Lafayette with the rebound for Brown Mackie. He's got a chance to bring him within 1 or 2. He'll bring it up the floor. Feeds off Richardson. Left side. 11-footer is good.
Now they're starting to shoot the shots they need to shoot. They're being a little bit closer to the basket when they're letting it go as opposed to trying to hit threes.
Yeah, they started out 2 for 10.
10-8, Cuyahoga's lead cut to 2. Beyond the arc, they feed it left-hand side. With the dribble, Haynes has got to be called for the charge there.
No question.
Anytime you lower the shoulder and knock a guy to the floor, you're going to be called for the charge.
4 turnovers by Cuyahoga, and they just can't have that kind of play. You've got to be able to be a little smarter about it than that.
13:23 left to go here in this first half of play. 10-8, Brown Mackie trails. They've got a chance now to tie it or take their first, make that second lead of the night. Here's a great feed underneath to Richardson. His shot blocked. We've got a foul, and that's going to be on Williams over the back.
That's 4 blocks already by the big man for Cuyahoga. He is just going up and getting his hands up, and the thing is, they haven't called a foul on him yet. He's blocked 4 shots, no fouls called against him, and they shouldn't because they're good, clean blocks.
Cuyahoga with the ball off to the left-hand side. Melton dumps it off. Harris, jumper, off the mark, and the rebound by Brown Mackie. Lafayette will push it up the floor. Bounce pass Bishop. One-on-one, and the layup is good.
Well, they're going to call a goaltend because Cuyahoga's player put it in the basket.
Either way.
In fact, I'm not sure if the ball would have been good. It was headed off to the right-hand rim.
Yeah.
Harris goes up, taps it in. Either way, it's a bucket.
Looked like an alley-oop to the other team.
Out to the left-hand side, a 3-ball for Melton is no good. Off the side of the rim and rebound by Lafayette. He'll push it to Bishop. Bishop out on the right-hand side of the forecourt. We're tied at 10s. 12:25 on a moving clock here in the first half. Out to the left-hand side, Bishop lobs. Williams in the lane, one-handed hook, won't go. Gets his own rebound, put back, good, and he's going to be fouled by Harris.
That's the first time Harris committed a foul trying to block a shot, and Williams did a great job of getting his own rebound. But again, Scott, he shouldn't have had to do that twice. He should have made the first one. He's got to hit those easy shots, because if you don't, and the other team gets the rebound a lot of times, you're not going to be able to stay in a basketball game. You've got to hit those.
You got to
when you get
remember,
them.
Eric, remember they hit him man in front and man in back, so it wasn't an easy shot as you made out. I mean, he had double teamed on the thing. He broke through, and got to make short ones, but he was pretty well defense. There's a charge.
Ooh, that's a tough call, Fowler.
Player control.
That's one of the toughest calls in basketball because both guys were moving and you don't know which one actually had the spot.
Well, I think he called it right, but then it's always open to question.
Melton is going to be called for the charge. That's going to be his first, the third against the challengers of Cuyahoga. Brown Mackie, once down by 6, now up by 3 with 12:03 left to go on a moving clock here in the first half. Lafayette with the ball, brings it across the top to Richardson. Richardson looks down low, feeds in the middle. They get it to Dixon. One-handed hook shot. Good!
Ooh, baby hook.
He may be a guy that steps up and just comes out of nowhere to get this Brown Mackie team fired up because everybody's focusing on Williams inside.
Cuyahoga throws it away. Brown Mackie with a steal. Richardson to Bishop. Bishop on the baseline is going to be cut off. Now dribbles up top in between. To the left-hand side, they're going to work it off to Lafayette. Lafayette beyond the arc. Kicks it back upstairs to Bishop. 11:25 left to go here in the first half. Dixon with the ball at the free throw line. Looking down low to the left. Can't find anybody. Comes back up top to the right. Bishop. Bishop to Williams. 18-footer. Will he take it? No. Pounds it to the hardwood once and now gives to Bishop. Upstairs to Lafayette from three. It's no good. And the rebound by Cuyahoga. And we've got a Mark Anderson 30-second timeout.
I'm sure Coach Flax didn't like that shot right there. Even though there was 5 seconds left to go on the shot clock, he was about, I would say if they had the three-point arc for the pros lined out there, he was probably 2 feet behind that.
Oh, easily.
We found a lot of guys shooting from 22, 23 feet in this tournament, or farther even. It's amazing how they launch it no matter where they are. If they're open, they think you're supposed to shoot it.
None will ever rival the year, though, that United Tribes brought a team that shot 4 times before they got off the bus. I mean, that
right.
team shot from anywhere.
When they were past the center line, look out.
Oh, my goodness. And not only did they shoot them, they made them.
And they ran like demons, man. They were pell-mell the whole game. They never ran out of gas.
Kind of like
you're on the reservation, you do a lot of running.
Like Loyola Marymount in the NCAA
Same
a few
idea.
years ago.
Oh, same idea.
We had a couple in this tournament that never saw a shot they didn't like, too.
15-10, the lead belongs to Brown Mackie. 11:09 left to play here in this first half. Cuyahoga with the ball. They're going to face full court pressure. Off to the left-hand side. Sorrell now into the lineup for Mark Anderson. Gives it down low to Haynes. Haynes will kick it all the way upstairs to Urbanski. Urbanski will hold the ball in between the circles. Urbanski looks to the left-hand side. Dribbles all the way out near the State of Illinois emblem at mid-floor. Now kicks it off to Harris. Harris heavily guarded by Williams. Dribbles to the left. Hands it off to Melton. Up top they work to Haynes. With 1 second on the shot clock, Haynes' shot is blocked, and the ball belongs to Brown Mackie.
Great defense that time by the Lions. They did not let Cuyahoga get a good shot.
6 turnovers by the challengers, and Brown Mackie will bring the ball up the floor. By the way, tomorrow night's third place game and championship will be heard on K-Rock, 94.9 K-Rock here locally. And the reason for that, the Fighting Illini contest in their march to the arch. Here's the alley-oop. Williams down underneath to Dixon. The ball's knocked out of his hands. It goes to Williams. He loses the handle, and it's right to Urbanski for Cuyahoga. He's going to push it up the floor against Lafayette to the top of the key. He stops, he shoots, he scores!
There it is again, the jumping set shot, Fowler.
Very capable shooter. He was good last year, and he got such a quick release. You don't expect him to shoot some of those, but he pulls some of them out of the holster.
His second three-point bucket of the ball game. Out to the left-hand side. Brown Mackie up by 2. 9:40 left to go on a moving clock here in the first half. Bishop jumper good.
That's what Bishop needs to do. Penetrate and either take a good shot or kick it out to somebody else. But he's got to be able to dribble penetrate to get this offense for Brown Mackie moving.
Haynes up the floor, threw it to Harris. Harris wasn't watching it, rolls off his foot and goes out of play. 7 Cuyahoga turnovers.
And they only trail by 4. That's the amazing part about that.
Yeah, you're right about that, Eric.
Of course, they were behind. They were ahead 8-2 at one time.
Here's a jumper, left-hand side. Richardson won't go. The ball kicked out of play. It's going to belong to Cuyahoga. 9:18 left to go in this first half. 17-13. Advantage Brown Mackie.
The Lions have brought in Brett Johnson off the bench to replace Williams, give him a little bit of a breather.
Urbanski loses the handle on the ball, coming out of the pile with it. Brown Mackie's Lafayette. Lafayette 1-on-2, layup no good, and the rebound by Cuyahoga. Melton with the board, gives to Urbanski up the floor, across the midcourt stripe. Rolls to the right-hand side, he's double-teamed, he feeds it deep in the corner. Sorrell underneath, trying to work it to Harris. It's knocked out of play by Dixon.
Again, Brown Mackie misses another easy layup. Those will come back to haunt you in close games. One thing I'd like to see Brown Mackie do, Scott, and I haven't seen him do it yet, is put Johnson and Williams on the floor at the same time. I don't think there's a defense in this tournament that can handle those two inside at the same time.
That's a lot of meal money between those two.
Oh, no question.
8:45 left to play here in the first half. Urbanski out on the left-hand side. Gives it to the top of the key, Sorrell. Sorrell out beyond the arc, now works it back to the left, Urbanski. Urbanski going toe-to-toe with Bishop. He'll shoot the three, missed it off the back of the rim. Rebound by Bradley underneath, and he's going to be hammered by Johnson. And that'll be the first on him. It's the second against Brown Mackie.
You know, these two teams, Scott, I would almost bet you are the most watched teams in this tournament. You look in the stands and you see the coaches from every other team, whether they're in this tournament, not in this tournament anymore, or what, they're all here watching this game.
Curtis Bradley knocks down his first free throw.
First free throw attempt of the game.
Second one on the way is up, and it is no good off the back of the rim, and Brown Mackie with the rebound. Off the floor, Lafayette will bring the Lions into the forecourt. Off to the right-hand side, they give it. Dougherty, new into the lineup for Francis Flax, kicks off to Lafayette. On the cross court, they work it. Bishop, left-hand side, Dougherty. Up top, Bishop, right-hand side. They get it to Lafayette. It's going to be stolen away by Cuyahoga.
Lafayette brought that ball down, and they just ripped it right out of his hands.
5 Lion turnovers. They work it down underneath Harris. Harris one to work against Johnson. Leaning against him right now. And we've got a foul. They're going to call that on Johnson, even though it was Harris who was leaning back on him, trying to figure out which way to move.
That's the daintiest foul we've seen in the whole tournament.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot to that.
I guess not. After that first game, man, we had block and tackle in that game.
Cuyahoga on the inbound. They give it right on the baseline to Harris, and Harris is going to kick it out. In the corner, up top, Urbanski. Urbanski fakes the three, gives down underneath Harris. He's going to drive the baseline, shoots, missed it, rebound Bradley. Looked as though he couldn't come up with a handle, and it's batted around and finally controlled by Brown Mackie. Up the floor, Dougherty, stutter step, throws it up, missed it, and a foul is going to be whistled against Harris. That'll be his second.
Cuyahoga cannot afford to have Harris in foul trouble. They do not have anybody that can replace him and still get the same production, not even close.
Well, and I'm sure Francis Flax has already talked to his team about this, gentlemen. But if I were Brown Mackie, I would have those guards drive into Harris constantly.
Well, and now you see Williams getting ready to come back in the game, and I imagine you're going to see him post up, really start battling Harris, trying to get that third foul on him. And they're going to leave Johnson in the game, Scott. I'm going to get my wish to see the two big men on the floor at the same time.
Yeah, Dixon's going to come out, and Williams is going to step in his place. Dougherty missed the first one. Second free throw on the way is up, and it is good. 18-14, the Brown Mackie lead. 7:31 to play here in the first half.
Press put on by Brown Mackie.
Cuyahoga will inbound it off to the left-hand side. Melton will bring it across the midcourt stripe. Stops at the top and feeds to Urbanski. Urbanski between the rounds. Looks off to the right and dishes to Melton. Melton can't go inside. He'll go outside to Urbanski. Great feed underneath. Harris with the dunk.
Well, you saw that one as soon as he was open. He was going to throw that one down.
Great feed that time by Urbanski. Finished off by Harris, and it's a Brown Mackie 2-point lead with 6:55 left to go here in this first half. Bishop out to the left-hand side. They work to Dougherty. Dougherty bounce pass underneath, and Johnson traveled.
He didn't have control of the basketball when he caught it.
Well, he got so excited when he had it, he didn't know what to do with it.
Well, he was wanting to throw it down just like Harris did at the other end, and he didn't get the same result because he bobbled the basketball.
6 turnovers by Brown Mackie here in this first half. 2-point difference. Cuyahoga trails with the ball. Urbanski, free throw line jumper, missed it off the side of the rim, and the rebound by Johnson for Brown Mackie. They'll push to Dougherty. Dougherty up the floor. They give to Bishop. Bishop baseline layup, good.
That's a nice job using somebody else to kind of screen Harris away from blocking that shot. Got it off the glass.
20-16, back to a 4-point edge across the yellow circle at mid-floor. Cuyahoga will bring the ball. On the bounce pass, they feed in the middle. Melton from 3, missed it off the front of the rim, and the rebound by Brown Mackie. Doherty will push it up the floor, across the midcourt stripe, to the left-hand side. They work to Coleman. Back up top, Doherty. Right-hand side, Bishop. 4-point Lion lead with 5:50 left to go here in the first half. Down deep in the corner, Doherty. Upstairs, Bishop. Bishop looks to the left. Feeds off, a 3-ball in the air for Doherty, and he missed it. And Cuyahoga's Bradley gets the easy rebound. Works it out to Urbanski, and Urbanski up the floor in between the rounds. Looks left, feeds left. That's 2. Sorrell. Bounce pass underneath Harris. Back to Sorrell. Shoots the 3. Well off the mark on the rebound. Underneath Melton. Layup good.
Got to block out.
20-18. Brown Mackey's lead cut in half. 5:05 left to go on a moving clock here in this first half of play. Bishop with the ball, top of the key, looks left, comes right, back in the middle from Coleman to Bishop. Right-hand side, Doherty. Doherty looks right, goes right, they lob down low. Williams feeds inside, Johnson lost the handle. Cuyahoga the last to touch it. It'll come back to the Lions underneath their own den with 4:47 left to play here in the first half. Still sporting that 2-point lead.
One thing Brown Mackey's got to be careful of, their guys are camping out in the lane right now waiting for that drive penetration pass. And we haven't seen a lot of 3 seconds called, but there could very easily be one called if they're not careful.
Tournament. Twice in the whole tournament.
On the inbound, deep in the corner, Coleman, 3, won't go. Williams, rebound. Tried the behind-the-back pass, but there was nobody there to pass it to.
Well, you got to know where everybody's at on the floor if you're going to try a pass like that. And as Scott mentioned, he did not know where his teammates were. He threw it right out of bounds instead of to one of his teammates. Would have been nice if there had been somebody there.
Cuyahoga now with a chance to tie it or take a 1-point lead. Bradley with the ball. Hands it off to Urbanski. Urbanski drives, shoots, and scores! We're all tied up.
Well, he used Harris for a pick right there.
Rarely is there anything such as a set shot for Urbanski. Literally, it looks like he's just throwing it up there. Here's a feed all the way down. Williams catches it, shoots, and scores.
Oh, I don't know how he didn't step out of bounds. He was almost on the other side of the backboard.
9 points for Williams and a 2-point Brown Mackey lead.
And he wears size 15 shoes. He's got to be close.
He's not the tallest, but he's certainly one of the best put-together guys. Yep.
Urbanski with an 18-footer, missed it. Brown Mackey with the rebound. Up the floor, they feed. Dixon, blocked from behind. Cuyahoga with the ball. What a great block by Bradley. In the paint, Urbanski throws it away.
Game's starting to get a little out of control right now. Both teams trying to run, and these two aren't really running teams. They like to set up the offense and work through their big men.
The Lions the last to touch it, and it'll come back to the challengers underneath their own stars. Down by 2 with 3:35 to play here in the first half. All the way out top, Harris going after the ball. Stolen by Williams. Fed to Bishop. One-on-one layup, no good. The tip, no good. And Cuyahoga with the board.
Another missed layup by Brown Mackey. Again, it wasn't an easy one, but he still needs to make that shot.
He's going too fast.
Melton out on the right-hand side for the red-clad challengers of Cuyahoga. Gives to Sorrell. Sorrell feeds it inside Harris. He turns, shoots from 11, missed it. Rebound on the floor, picked up by Sorrell. Cuyahoga will maintain control as they work it down low on the baseline. Melton spins, stops, shoots, missed it. Harris, rebound, put back, no good. Harris, rebound, put back, no good, and we've got a rebounding foul on Melton.
Well, they let him play on that possession. There was fouls all over the place they didn't call.
3 opportunities. Well,
Melton is going to pick up his second personal foul. It's the 5th against the challengers. 2:51 left to go here in the first half. 22-20, the 2-point lead by Brown Mackey. They've got the ball as well. Up top, they work to Richardson. Top of the key, Lafayette from 3. He missed it. Rebound underneath. Scooped up by the challengers. And we've got a timeout by Mark Anderson. It's a full. We're going to take it as well. 2:36 left to go in the first half. A 2-point Brown Mackey lead. You're enjoying the NJCAA Division II Men's Basketball National Tournament Radio Network. 22-20. The lead belongs to Brown Mackie. 2:36 left to go here in this first half. Gentlemen, we thought this would be a little bit higher scoring affair when it started out, but the scoring has slowed.
Well, you've seen good defense on both sides and some missed shots on both sides.
Well, opposed to the last game, and some of them we've had, there are hardly any free throws. There are only 4 attempted in the whole half. That's just 2 minutes gone in some of the games we've had prior to this one. They've surely let them play, like you wanted to see, Eric.
Yep.
Out to the left-hand side, Cuyahoga with the basketball. They'll work it to Urbanski up top. Urbanski dribbles to the left side. Now rolls to the right and is going to be fouled by Richardson. That will be his first. That is the 4th against the Lions of Brown Mackie.
You can't foul that far away from the basket. You've got to be able to keep your hands away from the guy with the basketball so you don't get called for that.
Well, you don't want a big guy guarding a little guy like that. He's too quick for him.
Down low on the left-hand side, Sorrell will get the basketball. Feeds it back up top to Urbanski. Urbanski looks down low and dumps it off to Harris. Harris working hard against Williams. Stops, spins, one-handed, off the bottom of the rim, and it's going to be picked up by Brown Mackie. Up the floor they move. On the drive, Lafayette pulls up, shoots and scores. He's got 4.
Again, dribble penetration. That's what they need to do. And Fowler, I agree with you. I don't understand why Brown Mackie has Bishop on the guy he's guarding, and then, I think he should switch and guard Urbanski, you would think.
Right.
Melton on the drive for Cuyahoga. He's going to be fouled on the floor prior to the shot, and the clock will stop with $1:38 left to go here in this first half. The foul on Dixon is his first and the 5th against the Lions. 4-point Brown Mackie advantage. Cuyahoga will inbound underneath their own. On the inbound, they give to Harris, back to Urbanski. Urbanski has a pick. Now dribbles all the way up top. Richardson's going to fall off of him. They work it to Melton. Melton at the free throw line. Kicks left-hand side. Sorrell on the drive. One-hander throw is good.
You called it right. It wasn't a shot. It was a throw.
Correct me. That's Harold Haynes with the bucket, and that's going to be his first 2 of the ball game. Out to the left-hand side, Brown Mackie up by a deuce. 68 seconds left to go here in this first half. Williams off to the right-hand side. Stops, dumps, down low, stops, shoots. Dixon can't get it to go.
He thought he was going to get fouled, and he didn't.
With the rebound, Cuyahoga will push into the forecourt. Off to the left-hand side. Great pick. Haynes kicks it out into the corner. 3-ball, missed it off the side of the rim. Rebound underneath, put back, blocked away by Dixon, and Brown Mackie with the board. Up the floor, they work to Bishop. Bishop, hands off, left-hand side. Lafayette from 3, missed it off the side of the rim. Cuyahoga rebound.
Shooting too fast at this end.
33 seconds to go in the half. Cuyahoga down by 2. On the baseline drive, he stops, he shoots, he missed it, he's fouled, and off to the line will be Eric McPherson.
That's going to be on Williams.
I thought we'd be seeing a more high scoring in this game than the previous one, but boy, they may have to check the eye chart. You're lucky to get 50 points total in the half here.
26 seconds to go, and McPherson at the line misses the first one.
That's an understatement.
That was way wide and way right.
Second one on the way is no good because of a lane violation.
That's a tough way to go.
Well, they were trying to jockey for the rebound before the shot went up, and they both lost their balance, and it just so happened Harris got into the lane before Williams did.
Yeah.
26 seconds left to go here in this first half of play. Brown Mackie up by 2, 24-22. In between the rounds, they'll lob into Williams. Williams is going to stop. Now works it into the paint, throws it up, won't fall. Rebound Melton. Melton has the ball knocked out of his hands. It goes out of play, and it belongs to Cuyahoga. Lafayette was going after the ball, and a Cuyahoga challenger grabbed his uniform to slow him down.
Absolutely. I saw the same thing.
Here's the inbound to Haynes. Haynes is going to drive, stops, shoots. It is no good. And we've completed the first half of play. 24-22, Brown Mackie up by a deuce as we go into the halftime locker rooms. You're listening to the NJCAA Division II Men's Basketball National Tournament Radio Network. We head into the final 20 minutes of the day and our second national semifinal. Brown Mackie with the basketball. They lead 24-22. Off to the left-hand side, Lafayette with the ball will give to Bishop. Bishop will bring it up top in between the circles, dumps to Richardson, left-hand side. Richardson dribbles it across the top, feeds to Bishop, down low Lafayette, inside Williams, one-handed reverse, no good. Tip by Dixon is no good. Rebound Williams, put back no good. And this time the ball belongs to Haynes and Cuyahoga.
3 missed shot, Fowler, and you can't add up a foot between the distance of all 3 of them.
And boy, they just hang on the rim and just wouldn't quite go in.
Out to the right-hand side, Cuyahoga with the ball. Urbanski dribbles to the left-hand side, free throw line jumper is no good, and the rebound by Brown Mackie. James Williams holds it in, sends it off to Bishop. Bishop to the top of the key is going to be cut off by Urbanski, works to the right-hand side, Richardson. Up top and around the perimeter. They'll dump down underneath the Lafayette, and the layup is good.
Again, that's what Brown Mackie needs to do, penetrate the basketball, see if they can get a foul.
That's good basketball. Anytime you can penetrate, things usually happen.
Urbanski into the forecourt. Dribbles off to the right-hand side.
Little contact there for
shoving with Richardson, and the ball goes out of play.
Richardson cannot guard Urbanski right now. He's fortunate he didn't get a foul call.
Well, you can guard him that way. Put your hand in his gut and give him a shove.
26-22, the lead by Brown Mackie. They've got the basketball. Across the top, they work to Richardson. Richardson dribbles once, feeds left-hand side, down deep into the corner they go. Back up top it comes. Bishop, left-hand side, and we've got a whistle away from the ball, and that's going to be on Williams. Shoving underneath, and that'll be his third.
No, they don't call foul, Scott. They called 3 seconds.
Oh, well, see, I was so uncustomary to that call throughout this tournament, I didn't even realize it was still in the book.
That's 3 in a tournament. Boy, when you get a 3-second call, you know the guy's in there at least 5 seconds.
5?
Well, I said at least 5. I said at least 5.
On the drive, Cuyahoga with the ball, up top and around the perimeter. They go inside to Harris. Harris stops, turns, blocked away by Williams, and all the way out top to Urbanski.
Big man got up for that block.
Yes, he did. That was a nice block. He's a good player. He's one of the better big guys we've seen in the last couple of years.
Bounce pass inside, Harris spins, shoots, missed it, rebound. Picked up by Brown Mackie, and up the floor they come. On the lob, down low, Bishop. Great feed to Dixon for the dunk.
That was a great feed by Bishop. He just did a nice touch pass right to Dixon, who threw it home.
Oh, boy, what fun that was. And a 6-point lead for Brown Mackie. Gentlemen, that's their largest lead of the game. Here's a 3-ball on the way by Haynes. It won't go. Brown Mackie with the rebound. Dixon up the floor, across the midcourt stripe. Lafayette dribbles it right into a Cuyahoga player, and the challengers will pick up the 3rd turnover by Brown Mackie here in the second half. Urbanski out to the right-hand side. Melton gives it to Harris. Harris out beyond the perimeter, will take the shot. It's in and out, no good. And a rebound scooped up by Brown Mackie.
I don't think that's his shot.
I say Williams will give him that all night.
Right.
Richardson on the drive, blocked by Harris. A rebounding foul inside is going to be whistled against the challengers. That foul is going to be on Haynes. It'll be his 2nd.
Boy, we talked earlier about when there's a loose ball on the floor, everybody goes after it. Same thing happens for rebounds in this tournament, too, for every team. If a ball goes up, you've got 10 guys going to the boards trying to get that rebound.
At the line, Dixon's first free throw is good for Brown Mackie. He's got 5 points. Also for the Lions, Bishop with 6, Lafayette with 6, Richardson with 2, Dougherty with 1, and Williams with 9. And the second one on the way. He eyes it, flies it, and gets it. He's got 6, and the lead is 8. Off to the left-hand side, Urbanski with the ball for Cuyahoga. Gives it in the backcourt. Melton back to Urbanski. Urbanski up the floor, double team, takes it into the lane, dumps it off down underneath to McPherson. He missed the shot. Harris with the rebound, put back no good, tip no good. Brown Mackie with the rebound. Up to the left-hand side of the forecourt, they work to Bishop. Bishop's going to bring him back up top in between the circles.
Smart play by Bishop.
Feeds off right-hand side, they'll work down low. Great stop by Melton on a baseline drive. It goes out of play and belongs to the red-clad, or rather the white-clad Lions of Brown Mackie.
Talk about Williams and how good of a player he is, Scotty. He blocked that shot earlier down at that end, and that forced, on the last possession for Cuyahoga, a change in the shot.
Out beyond the perimeter on the drive. Bishop blocked, rebound. Harris, and Cuyahoga has the ball. 30-22, the 8-point lead is 16-25 to play in the game, and Brown Mackie up on top.
Cuyahoga's missed all 6 shots to start the half.
Urbanski gets the shot. Rebound by Brown Mackie. Up the floor they come. Bishop out to the left-hand side. Stops, pops, missed it. Rebound, Cuyahoga.
He could have got a little closer than what he did.
Out to the left side, Sorrell, baseline drive, partially blocked by Williams, and Williams with the rebound. Gives to Bishop, back in the middle to Williams, feeds off Dixon, the scoop is good.
What nice body control on that one. That was a great shot. He redirected himself on that.
Mark Anderson has got to get a timeout here. His team down by double digits, and he will. 15:46 left to play in this contest, and a 10-point, 32-22 lead for the Lions of Brown Mackie. You're listening to the NJCAA Division II Men's Basketball National Tournament Radio Network. A 10-point lead. Mark it down, gentlemen. 15:46 left to go in this game, and Brown Mackie has jumped out to double digits.
I would say Cuyahoga's got a run at him here. I don't think it'll be double digits for long.
Urbanski across the midcourt stripe to the left-hand side. They'll work it off to Melton. Melton up top, Haynes down underneath, and it's stolen away by Brown Mackie. In the middle of the floor, they work to Lafayette. Lafayette takes it into the paint, throws it up, missed it, but he's fouled.
2 turnovers by the challengers here in the half.
Third foul on Haynes, the second against Cuyahoga. At the line, Oliver Lafayette trying to add to his 6 points, and he missed it off the back of the rim.
We saw free throws just about cost Kirkwood in that first game, Fowler. You got to make your free throws in games like this.
Well, they were bad, but they had enough of them. 12 of 22 the second half. Right.
Second free throw on the way is good.
Oh, that was a leaner.
Cuyahoga facing full court pressure. 33-22, an 11-point lead for Brown Mackie. Challengers work it into the forecourt, off to the right-hand side. Sorrell with the ball. In the middle, Urbanski. Left-hand side, Haynes. Haynes drives, blocked, he's fouled, and he'll go to the line, courtesy of James Williams, and that'll be his 3rd personal foul.
It didn't look like he touched him from this angle. It looked like he just went up and...
No, he touched him.
Apparently. That's what the referee saw.
Referees are always right. Even when
It may not be correct.
Even when they're wrong, they're right.
It may not be correct, but they're right.
11-point lead for the Lions, 15-17 left to go. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow night now, our 3rd place and championship games of this national tournament will be heard on 94.9 FM. That's K-Rock. Because of the Illinois commitment on the AM station, the games have been moved to the FM station, 94.9 K-Rock.
Scott, they're 0 for 8 from the field and 0 for 2 at the free throw line this half for Cuyahoga.
Haynes missed them both.
Not when you're trying to come back,
No,
Fowler.
that's not good.
Off to the left-hand side, Brown Mackie deep in the corner. They're going to work it up top. Bishop to Richardson. Richardson off to the right-hand side. Out beyond the arc, looking for some help. Fires it inside Williams. He turns, he shoots. He missed it. Rebound, fought for underneath. Cuyahoga had it, and then they fell out of bounds trying to hold on to it. It'll come back to Brown Mackie underneath their own.
Boy, Cuyahoga just can't catch a break here in the second half.
No, they sure can't.
14:45 left to go in the contest. 33-22, the lead by Brown Mackie. In the middle, they work it to Johnson. Johnson will give the Lion ball up top to Dixon. Dixon wants some help upstairs, and now he gets it in the form of Kendrick Barber. Barber across the top to Richardson. A lob inside to Dixon. He's double-teamed. Now he's going to spin, shoots from 9. It won't go. Rebound Bishop. He stops, he fakes, he shoots, he scores.
Little man got up in the air. Didn't
Say Bishop's 6 foot, and he jumped about 9 foot on that one.
say he can sky.
35-22. You just keep thinking any minute now, Cuyahoga's going to put something together. Here's a spin by Haynes, and he gets the bucket, and he's going to be fouled. That foul is number 3 on Johnson. Number 2 against the Lions in the second half. Haynes now with his 4th point of the game, looking for number 5 with an old-fashioned 3-point play.
Well, they broke the drought.
And the free throw is no good.
Not at the free throw line, however.
They've missed how many in a row?
9. They had missed 8 in a row, and they made their 9th, but they missed 3 at the free throw line.
Off to the right-hand side, Brown Mackie with the ball, up by 11. Bishop in the corner, they'll work it to Barber from 3. He missed it. Tracking down the rebound are the challengers. Haynes is going to be cut off by Richardson. Now he waits for some guard help and gives it to Urbanski. Urbanski across the State of Illinois emblem in mid-floor, off to the left-hand side, Melton. Melton down underneath. Harris stops, shoots, missed it. Rebound, fought for inside. Harris gets it, goes back up strong, and he gets his 6th point of the game.
Here come the challengers. They're starting to get back in this one.
A double-digit lead down to single digits now for the Lions. 13:22 left to go in this second half of play. Barber up top, works off to the left-hand side, gives to Richardson. Back to Barber, back to Richardson. Up to the left-hand corner, Bishop. Bishop beyond the perimeter, drives to the baseline, going to be cut off. Kicks upstairs to Barber, back to Bishop.
Dixon
Shot
jumping
clock
up and down.
at 7. Bishop on the drive, up top, Barber from 3. Missed it off the front of the rim, and the rebound, Melton. Cuyahoga with the ball, they'll clear. To the right-hand side, a beautiful feed, and they get it into the hands of Haynes for the layup. Sorrell with the assist on a great feed up the floor. Haynes has 6.
Got to get the ball into the space eater.
Well, Dixon keeps jumping up and down. He's open because the zone's going away from him and nobody's guarding the back door.
He wants that alley-oop at times.
This alley-oop was beat into the second row of the bleachers. 35-28, 7-point Brown Mackie lead, 12:24 left to go in the contest.
You know, speaking of alley-oops, I was telling you before the game, Scott, when we were down in the hospitality room, I'd never seen an air ball on an alley-oop until I was covering the Indiana high school playoffs. The kid didn't try to dunk it. He tried to lay it in, but he was about 2 feet away or closer than 2 feet to the basket, and he missed everything.
Off to the right-hand side, Lafayette with a shot and won't go. The shot clock runs out and belongs to
that wasn't
Cuyahoga. We've seen those shot clock violations more than I thought we would in this tournament. Mayor Robert E. Jones, who's been enjoying the action, leaves. Here's a steal by Lafayette, and he lays it in. He's got 9. Brown Mackie up 37-28. In the backcourt, Sorrell steps on the out-of-bounds line. Another Cuyahoga turnover. Their 4th of the second half.
Well, Coach Anderson needs to do something here because he's got a couple players jawing with each other thinking that the other one messed up, and now he does pull one of them out of the game. That's a smart play because you don't want to get behind the #1 team in the nation and start getting flustered.
Bob Markley comes into the lineup for the Lions. Off to the right-hand side, the inbound to Lafayette. The shot goes through. It hit off the back of the rim, touched the standard.
Hit that guy wire up there is what it hit.
And then came down through the hoop. That bucket is waved off.
It isn't as apparent down at the other end, but for whatever reason, I'm not sure what that's up there for, but it cost him a basket.
Sorrell almost had the ball stolen away from him. Cuyahoga gets it into the forecourt. Looks off to the right-hand side, and we've got a foul up top. That foul is going to be on Richardson. That's his second. And the Lions' third.
Yeah, and that's that matchup where he's trying to guard Urbanski, and Urbanski is just too quick for him.
Urbanski off to the right-hand side. He feeds it to Haynes. Haynes, one-handed reverse, missed it. Rebound, fought for, on the ground. Haynes picks it up. Williams knocks it away. Haynes picks it up, throws it off the leg of Williams, and out of play. It'll come back to Cuyahoga over on the left-hand side.
Williams again caused Cuyahoga to change their shot when they were driving in. He went up to block it, and they had to try to change the direction and change the ball position, and it forced them to miss the layup.
Over on the left-hand side of the forecourt, Cuyahoga's trying to inbound the ball, but they've knocked water all over the floor with that kick by Williams.
Coach Anderson smiling about it, and the official.
Fowler Cannell, North Carolina's getting beat tonight.
What happened to the ACC?
I don't know, 19.
Well, that team is not very good. They lost their big rebounder.
As if my brackets didn't look bad enough.
Yeah, right. That's Villanova.
On the bounce pass, Harris with the ball inside, drives the baseline, plays it off the side of the rim.
Boy, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, he might have got a little break on that one.
They're going to call it against Bob Markley. That'll be his first. And the fourth against the Lions.
The rim must be wearing 32 because that's who they called the foul on, and the rim was the only thing that got him.
37-28, the 9-point lead by Brown Mackie. Cuyahoga trying to cut into that at the charity stripe. Harris gets the first one to go. He's got 7.
Well, they'd missed 3 in a row at the line, so time to make hay while they got the chance.
Bradley with 1, Haynes with 6, Melton with 7, Urbanski with 8. Second one's good as well. Harris with 8. 37-30, the 7-point lead for Brown Mackie with 11:15 left to go in the contest. Richardson out on the Lion left-hand side. Dribbles up top in between the circles. Look left, now feeds to Bishop. Bishop down deep into the corner. They work it to Lafayette, who feeds inside Williams. Outside Richardson. He drives inside, missed it. Rebound, missed it. Rebound, knocked out of play, and it belongs to Brown Mackie underneath their own.
Well, they're fortunate there. 2 easy putbacks, and he hit the front of the rim on both of them.
On the inbound, it comes to the far left-hand side. On the cross court, they work to Bishop. Bishop around the perimeter to the top of the key in between the circles. Lafayette to Bishop, right-hand side. Quick toss down underneath, layup, good!
He's been signaling to give him the ball all this second half. He's had the opportunities.
They finally got it to him.
I thought he was going to launch one.
Here's
what a shot.
Reverse, and a great shot by Sorrell's first 2 points of the game.
I don't think he was looking at the basket. I think he was looking at the stands when he let it go.
He made a reverse layup and just took off.
39-32, the 7-point lead for Brown Mackie. Williams on the baseline, and he is fouled.
He's going to be hand checked. That'll be an out of bounds. It will not be on the shot.
That foul on Harris is going to be his third. So Harris with 3 and Haynes with 3 for Cuyahoga. Melton with 2, and those are the only 3 with any personals.
That Space Eater has long arms as well as being a well put together young man.
Another quick flip. Dixon with the bucket. He's going to be fouled. He's going to the line for the hoop and the horn. This courtesy of Haynes' 4th personal foul.
They're doing a nice job of getting the open guy the basketball in the middle, letting him try to draw the foul, get the layup. And Dixon, as we made mention earlier, Scott, when you've got a guy like Williams, a guy like Dixon can really step up and be a big player on your team because the defense will focus on one big man, and that lets the other one come in and do the damage on the inside.
Dixon with back-to-back buckets misses the free throw.
Take advantage of the size that they've got in there.
Well, Haynes did come out of the lineup during that free throw. Mark Anderson recognizing he's got 4 personals. Urbanski Gets it down low. Harris turns, shoots, scores.
Nice shot.
That is a nice shot by Harris. He had Williams in his face, and he still put it in.
They've hit 5 of their last shot attempts, and they're still down 7.
He becomes the first challenger in double figures with 10. In between the circles, Brown Mackie off to the right-hand side. Pulling up is Lafayette, and he drains the 15-footer.
That's a tough little shot.
Lafayette can play for my team.
43-34, the 9-point lead belongs to Brown Mackie. Melton with the Cuyahoga ball. Left-hand side, he spins, he stops, he throws it up one-handed, and it's good.
What a shot that was.
Again, right in the middle of the trees, put that one in.
An ad lib, yeah, he just put it in there.
9 points for Melton. Brown Mackie up by 7. Off to the left-hand side, Richardson with the ball, gives to Dixon. Inside, he throws it up, off the glass and good.
He forced that baby in the basket, didn't he?
Man,
I thought it was going to be blocked completely, but he had enough strength to get it through the defenders.
Dixon with 14 points, 12 of those in the second half, and Brown Mackie leads by 9.
Tempo's picked up a lot, hasn't it?
And Brown Mackie steals away. A pass batted by Melton. Bishop comes up with it. He's going to be fouled. 5 Cuyahoga turnovers in this second half of play.
Urbanski got that foul. He got back on defense, and they're going to call it on the shot, so that'll send Bishop to the line for 2 free throws.
Remember, the score was 24-22 at the half, so we've scored a lot of points compared to that. In 11 minutes, a little 11 and a half minutes, scored a lot of points.
8:33 left to go in the game. 45-36. Brown Mackie with the lead. The free throw is good by Bishop. He's got 9. Lafayette with 11, Richardson with 2, Dixon with 14, Doherty with 1, and Williams with 9. Francis Flax wants a timeout if indeed Bishop's free throw is a good one. It's up. It is no good. Harris with the rebound, and we'll play on. And Francis Flax wanted that timeout. Here's a feed over to the left-hand corner. Sorrell having some trouble coming up with it. He's going to throw it down low. It's going to be picked up by Bradley. Bradley lays it in underneath. The shot is partially blocked. Knocked away, and Brown Mackie with the rebound. Bishop on the give to Williams, and he stumbled out of bounds.
Well, he can get the timeout now if he wants it.
Well, it wouldn't be a bad one to take, to be honest with you. 8:08 left to go in the game. 46-36, a double-digit lead. The Lions got up by 13 points, gentlemen, at the 14:56 mark, and since then have not relinquished that lead. Cuyahoga off to the left-hand side. Urbanski looking down underneath. Gives it up top, McPherson. McPherson in the paint is going to be tied up. Jump ball possession arrow belongs to Cuyahoga.
Urbanski's been kind of quiet.
Yeah, he hasn't done a whole lot here in the second half.
8 first half points, none here in the second. Melton with 7 first half points, 2 here in the second. On the inbound, the challengers having some trouble. They'll finally clear it all the way up top. Sorrell to Urbanski. Left-hand side, they give. Melton with a 3 ball. It is no good, and the rebound by Brown Mackie. Lafayette with the board off to the left-hand side. They'll work it to Richardson. He'll drive off the glass and good. And Francis Flax wants a 30-second timeout. Big bucket by Richardson. They go back up by 12.
Rebound this half, Scott, 15-6 in favor of the Lions.
Richardson with his 4th point of the ball game. A 12-point lead for the Lions. 7:30 left to play.
Not a lot of time left, but Scott, when you get in a game like this and you're down by 12 points, Cuyahoga needs to set little goals. They're down by 12 now. Try to get it to within 10, then try to get it to within 5, then try to tie it up maybe, but you can't just say we're going to try to tie it up on the next 3 possessions. You just don't work that way. You've got to set yourself little goals, but you can't be patient about it. You've got to force the issue because you've only got 7.5 minutes.
Well, and it hurts a bit that Haynes is on the bench with 4 personal fouls.
Yeah, when you're getting out rebounded that badly, it's a big uphill climb.
Brown Mackie has made Harris's life underneath miserable tonight. Urbanski brings it up the floor for Cuyahoga, across the green stripe at mid-floor. To the top of the key, dribbles off left-hand side, works it to Harris. Harris will shoot the three. Good!
Boy, that's unusual. You don't see that every day, a 6'11" guy shooting a three.
That's true. Well, they might as well try something different.
48-39. Brown Mackie with the lead in the leather, out to the right-hand side. Doherty up top, they'll give it to Lafayette. 6:55 left to go in the game. Lafayette's going to try to counter with a three. Missed it off the side of the rim. The ball goes out of play, and it belongs to Cuyahoga.
That's a little bit quick shot there by Lafayette.
You get the big fella shooting out there, 6'11", shooting from three-point land, and guarded by a dwarf.
Man.
Guy guarded was boy, about 9 inches in size.
Across mid-floor, Urbanski to the top of the key, rolls to the left, has an opening, lays it up, partially blocked in the rebound by Brown Mackie. Williams up the floor to fit.
That's an intentional foul.
It's intentional.
Absolutely smart.
Yeah, it's definitely intentional. You grab them with both hands, there's no doubt about it.
And I don't understand, Fowler, why there's a way to do it where you don't get the intentional foul. You don't wrap
put
the other
two hands on it.
You don't wrap the other hand around it.
Don't put two hands on it.
Well, that's just stupid.
That's not very smart.
On Sorrell, that is going to be his first.
That's just about the most severe penalty in basketball, because you not only get the 2 free throws, you get the ball out of bounds. And the only thing would be worse if you get a double technical or something. But
Bishop's first free throw is good. He's got 10. Lafayette with 11. Dixon with 14. Second free throw, no good. James Williams, 9 first-half points, none in the second.
Well, he's done other things, though, Scott. He hasn't scored baskets, but he's made people adjust their shots. He's rebounded. He's played good defense.
yeah, he's a space eater.
Down underneath. Doherty will inbound the Lion basketball. They give it in the corner to Lafayette. Lafayette out beyond the arc, drives the baseline, stops, feeds, Williams.
I don't think he'll shoot a three.
He's not going to shoot the rock. Not from out there. Off to the left side, Lafayette. They're going to lob down low. Williams stripped out of his hands. Standing on the out-of-bounds line is Melton.
Made a nice defensive play, too.
Just didn't have the right position on the floor. His heel hit the line.
6:18 left to go here in this contest. Out to the left-hand side, a three ball in the air, missed it. Rebound, tapped out of play, and the ball belongs to Cuyahoga.
Now the referee's going to talk about it. Try to get the call right, and that's what they say. It is.
I think they got it right.
I think they did, too. I think that was off Brown Mackie.
Well, there's a guy about 5 rows behind you that doesn't agree.
Just so he doesn't have a friend with him.
6:05 left to go in the game. 49-39. Double-digit lead for Brown Mackie. The shot won't go for Harris. Rebound underneath. Melton with the Cuyahoga ball. He spins, looks, trying to find some room. Knocked out of his hands and goes to Urbanski. Up top, Sorrell. Sorrell into the paint. Shoots. In and out. It won't go. And the rebound on the floor. Picked up by Barber, and Brown Mackie has it.
Again, Cuyahoga just can't catch a break. That one should have went in, and it went in and right back out.
Off to the right-hand side. The white-clad Lions dump underneath. Williams. Layup. Good.
The space eater came through.
He's got 11.
And he is well put together. He'll play for some big college.
51-39. We'll have to ask Coach Flax tomorrow where his intentions are. Coming up tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., it's Saturday Morning Sports Talk. On Saturday Morning Sports Talk, we're going to be talking with all of the coaches of the NJCAA National Tournament. Haynes just fouled out. Correct me. The foul was on Barber. That'll be his first. I had attributed that to Cuyahoga rather than Brown Mackie. Off the inbound, a quick bucket by Sorrell, and he's got his 4th point of the contest.
Well, they're still in the game, but they got to have some stops here.
Richardson out on the right-hand side. Brown Mackie with a 10-point lead and the basketball. Williams inside throws it away.
Pass.
Great steal by Urbanski, and he's going to be fouled by Richardson.
Big man made a mistake that time.
Yes, he did.
Tried to do a little too much with it, and he brought it down low and made a bad pass.
Well, the officials started to say 1 and 1. I only had 6. The scoreboard only had 6. Now the official score agrees it's only 6. Cuyahoga with the ball. Melton is going to take it into the lane. Wide open layup, and it's good. He's got to love it.
Wide open's right. There wasn't anybody around him.
Still got a shot. They're down 8, but they got to have some stops.
4:38 left to go here in the contest. Bishop off to the left-hand side, drives to the free throw line, stops, dumps it off. Richardson in the paint, stops, pops, missed it. Rebound, tipped by Williams is good.
Nice
Great
effort.
positioning that time by Williams.
Nice effort.
53-43.
Both teams in the bonus.
Urbanski on the drive.
Oh,
Foul
too bad
was
he didn't
called
get
on
it.
the floor, and the foul is going to be on Richardson. That'll be his 4th.
That would have been an NBA basket.
Yes, it would have.
Very easily.
Continuation.
You can leave from mid-court and get a continuation play.
That's about the truth.
Well, that's one thing Coach Flax doesn't really want to see right now, and that's fouls being called against his team because that gives Cuyahoga a chance to score with the clock stopped.
That's true.
And the free throw by Urbanski is good.
He's another one of these guys that shoots free throws off center.
If he makes this, he'll become the 3rd challenger in double figures. And pull his team back within 8. It is no good.
Ooh,
Rebound
that's bad.
scooped up by Brown Mackie.
Brown Mackey's dominated the rebounding this half. Just surprisingly that much.
Bishop to the free throw line, dumps it off. Dixon, cross court all the way up top where they work it to Doherty. Underneath they give. Richardson, layup, good.
Boy, Richardson just backed right in there and got the shot he wanted.
Strong.
11-point lead for Brown Mackie. On the drive off to the right-hand side, a foul is going to be whistled. That's going to be against Darryl Doherty. It's his first, the team's 8th.
But again, it sends Cuyahoga to the line, chance to score.
Yeah, we shot 6 free throws the first half. This half we've shot 16 so far.
Seems to be a trend, Fowler. You don't see as many fouls called in the first half as you do in the second half in a lot of these games.
That's true.
People get tired and just
Of course,
reach and
last couple
grab.
minutes in a close game, there'll be a lot of fouls, but team trying to stop the clock, foul, and take a chance.
Well, players get tired and they
That's
grab
true.
and
That's true.
slap as opposed to play good defense.
That's true. The whistles never wear out, though.
No, you're right.
First free throw by Sorrell is good. The second one as well. He's got 6, and we've got a timeout. 30-second timeout with 3:44 left to go in the game. 55-46. The lead belongs to Brown Mackie.
Well, Cuyahoga going to try to set up something defensively to keep Brown Mackie off the scoring column on this possession, but not going to be easy because Brown Mackie's been able to do pretty much whatever they want on offense.
Well, gentlemen, the last time Brown Mackie was in the national championship game was 1999. They won it that year over Danville Area Community College, 68-63. The team that's already in the national championship tomorrow night, Kirkwood Community College, won it back in 1998 when they defeated Sinclair Community College 73-61. Cuyahoga, of course, also a former national champion. They won it last year over Mott, 74-67. Out to the left-hand side, Brown Mackie into the forecourt. They'll kick off into the corner to Lafayette. His shot off the back of the rim won't go. The tip is going to be controlled by Sorrell, and Cuyahoga will push it into the forecourt opposite direction. Urbanski loses the handle on the ball. He's going to come up with it. It squirts loose on the ground. It's going to be picked up by Brown Mackie. They feed to Bishop. They give to Richardson, and the layup is good.
Hey, nice effort.
Off the floor, Bradley for Cuyahoga. Gets the full court pass. He stops, he shoots, he scores.
Well, they're going right back and forth.
Man, we didn't score points for a long time. Now all of a sudden they're coming in bunches.
Well, they're worried about shirt tails, and not only is the shirt tail out of that kid's shorts, but lots of other things were too. He fell down on the floor and about lost him.
57-48, the 9-point lead by Brown Mackie. 2:55 left to go in the game. Brown Mackie into the forecourt. Bishop's going to be cut off, and he rolls out to the right-hand side. Out beyond the perimeter, he looks up top, stops, trying to get rid of it, does so to Lafayette. Lafayette beyond the perimeter. Kicks it down low to Bishop. Shot clock with 13. Bishop rolls to the left-hand side. Over into the left-hand corner, Dixon, cross court, Lafayette. Lafayette stops, pops, missed it, and the rebound by Cuyahoga.
Good defense that time by Cuyahoga.
They'll clear to Urbanski. Urbanski will bring it into the forecourt by bouncing it down low to Harris. Harris on the baseline, back up top Urbanski. Feeds, top of the key, Melton from three, and he missed it. Rebound, Harris stripped out of his hands, but Harris is going to come back up with it. Off to the left-hand side, trying to give it to Urbanski, and it's knocked out of play by Lafayette.
2 minutes, they can afford to make no mistakes from this point in.
Well, and now they're going to lose Lafayette because of the shirt tail rule, so he's got to come out of the game because his shirt tail was out a second time and he was warned.
Yep. But that's a lot to make up in the way Brown Mackey's got some ball handlers. Nice thing about him, they know how to protect the lead, I believe.
2:04 left to go in this second national semifinal. Cuyahoga with the ball. They trail by 9, 57-48. Top of the key. Urbanski gives to the right side. Melton shoots the three. Missed it. Rebound underneath. Picked up by Sorrell. Blocked away by Williams. Mackie with the ball. They feed to Dixon and he dunks it home.
Well, that could be the nail in the coffin right there, fella.
I think we had the hammer poised and that just put it down.
59-48. 92 seconds to play. Cuyahoga's Melton with the jumper from three. Good!
He hasn't given up. He hasn't given up.
Melton with the three ball. He's got 14, a timeout on the floor. 59-51. Brown Mackie with the lead and 1:28 to play.
Timeout on the floor, Cuyahoga. Full timeout.
That was Melton, yes, 24. I don't remember. I don't remember who passed it.
The Brown Mackie lead with 1:28 left to go in the game. Now we've got a whistle before the ball's even inbounded.
Again, the shirt tail rule being enforced.
Off the inbound, the Lions will give it in the backcourt. Richardson back to Lafayette. Lafayette's going to push across the green stripe at midfloor. Off to the left-hand side. And they're going to hand it off to Dixon. Dixon has it stripped away, and we've got a foul. The foul is going to be on Sorrell. That'll be his second. The team's seventh, and they'll go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1.
I would say that Brown Mackie is going to get a lot of chances to practice their free throws here with the last minute and 15.
Absolutely. Well, they've done it with rebounding, and this half in particular, they've got a 19-11 rebound edge, and they've made the most of their opportunities. They're a quality basketball team.
Well, they should be. They're ranked number 1 in the country.
That's right. Only lost one. They went into Hutch and beat Hutch this year. Nobody's ever done that in Division II.
December 11, 2004, the loss suffered by Brown Mackie on the season. Johnson County Community College defeated them 80-63.
Wow, that was at Johnson City, and they avenged that loss.
Yeah, but you cannot imagine when you watch this team play that they would ever lose by 17 throughout the course of a season.
There's always reasons for those things.
61-51, Cuyahoga trails with the ball. 65 seconds to go in the game. Up top, Sorrell takes it to the free throw line, shoots, and missed it. Rebound underneath, picked up by Dixon, and Brown Mackie has it, and a foul is going to be called as they knocked Williams absolutely to the ground.
There was 3 guys that tried to tackle him, and it took all 3 of them to knock him to the floor.
Trust me, it would take 3 guys to knock Williams to the ground.
The Space Heater took it all in stride, didn't he?
Nothing against the gentlemen who were performing in the Powerhouse Boxing exhibition at halftime tonight, but one swing from Williams would have knocked all 4 of them down.
You're right there.
Well, that wasn't really boxing. That was more like professional wrestling right there. I was expecting to see the chairs come out somewhere and see somebody get whacked.
53 seconds to go. 61-51, Brown Mackie with the lead. Williams at the line trying to extend the Lion advantage. The free throw is no good, and the rebound picked up by Harris for Cuyahoga. Up the floor they come. Urbanski across the midcourt stripe, feeds to the left-hand side. Harris down low on the baseline, takes it into the lane. One-handed shot, blocked away by Williams. It goes 5 rows into the bleachers.
Boy, in volleyball, that would have been called a spike. I don't know what you call in this game. That's a hammer. Man, wasn't that something?
Well, Scott said the other night he hadn't seen a spike like that when he covered volleyball. That one was better than that one we saw.
Well, look at that shot.
A 3 in the corner won't go. The rebound scooped up by Brown Mackie, and a foul is going to be called at mid-floor.
This one's over. Just the final score is yet to be determined.
That'll set the scene for tomorrow night, gentlemen. Kirkwood Community College, who won it in 1998, will play Brown Mackie College, who won it in 1999. The free throw is good by Bishop. He's got 13. And the second free throw now on the way. Coming into the lineup, Gary Wise gets his first look at action. Second one is good. Bishop with 14. 12-point lead for Brown Mackie. 28 seconds to go in the game. Cuyahoga with the ball. Urbanski loses it in the backcourt. Picked up. Bishop, layup, good. 16 points for him. 14-point lead, the largest of the night. Cuyahoga is going to lay one in. Missed it underneath by Bradley. He gets the rebound. Put back no good. Harris put back. Blocked from behind by Williams. Harris with the ball. He's going to go up one-handed. Doesn't get it to go. This one is over. Brown Mackie has defeated the challengers of Cuyahoga 65-51 and find themselves back in a national tournament championship game.
Well, I tell you what, that was a very well-played ball game by Brown Mackie. They took it to the defending champs, and they had it close a couple of times, Fowler, but Brown Mackie just outplayed them tonight.
Yeah, quality team. Quality team.
Francis Flax, the head coach of the Lions of Brown Mackie, in 1999, took this team to a national championship victory, and coach, tomorrow night, you'll have the chance to do it again.
Boy, it feels so good, too. We've had a tough road to just get here, and then once we got here, you guys put a whole bunch of boulders in our path. Well, we've either skipped around or climbed over 3 of those. So we're very fortunate and very happy to be in the championship.
Well, what turned it around for you in the second half? I think you're rebounding for one thing, and you had better movement.
Well, I tell you what, we talked at halftime that